What's going on, everybody? Tonight, El Pollo Loco. Something really pretty new. I guess they just released this and dropped this nationwide January 30th, so 3 days ago. I got their mango habanero chicken meal. So this is their first release of a new flavored chicken in, from what I understand, over a decade. Now, I don't frequent El Pollo Loco that often. In fact, the last time I went to El Pollo Loco was when they released their birria tacos and burritos. So I got the meal, got a 4-piece with beans, rice, the tortillas, a side of salsa fresca, a side of salsa roja, and then an extra tortilla pack. So total of $13.48, and so with tax $14.59. Not bad. Really, really reasonably priced. So here's the chicken. We're gonna try the chicken by itself. Obviously, I've got the sides, some different things, and I may or may not, show you how I make a taco situation from El Pollo Loco, because that doesn't really reflect necessarily here, but I may want to try this chicken with the other, ingredients. I got rice, pinto beans, their version of pico de gallo, and then flour tortillas. So I'm excited for this. So I got a little story. I know some of you guys don't always like the long intros, but I think it's pertinent and it's just part of my style. So story time is, I roll up to the drive-thru and I say, let me get a 4-piece meal mango habanero. And the first thing the guy says to me after that is, just so you know, we can't return this if you don't like it. I said, okay. Went ahead, ordered everything, got up to the window. After I got my food, I just asked the kid real quick. I said, hey, why'd you say that? Is it because people don't like it? It's not tasting good? And he immediately goes, no. They said it's just too many people have already said that it's too spicy. So again, this was just released. I'm looking at it on their website right here, January 30th of this year. Today is February the 2nd. So not too many. So that might be good for us. This might have some heat to it. I'm excited. But let's go ahead and read this. After a successful test, bunch of different locations, El Pollo Loco announced nationwide release of mango habanero chicken, featuring the brand's signature citrus marinated flame grilled chicken smothered in El Pollo Loco's mango habanero sauce. Boom, making the first flavor innovation in nearly 10 years. The launch of mango habanero chicken coincides with El Pollo Loco's 50th anniversary. So there you go. I'm excited. Cheers, by the way. Just drinking a little Rolling Rock. And I've been starting to put my fresh lime in that. It's fantastic. All right, let's get this chicken open, see what we're working with. It smells like it got a little spice to it. It does. Nice little aroma coming off this. I'm going to go for a wing or a drum here. So there it is. You can see it's coated really nicely. That's what the other pieces look like. You can see more in there. Let's give this a shot. There's a good amount of sauce on this, so they didn't skimp on that. It tastes like what I remember from El Pollo Loco as far as their quality and the cook on their chicken. So it has a good flavor. The chicken's cooked well. Little fatty piece there. What do you guys think I'm going to say? I'll give you a second to think about it. I'm detecting very, very minimal heat to this. Very low. And it brings me to a point of, I don't know why somebody, again, I'm not trying to shame or talk negative, because everybody's palate's different. Some people enjoy sweet, some people enjoy savory, some of us enjoy a little of this, a little of that. Some of us really enjoy this, some of us really enjoy that. And that's fine, that's great. That's what makes food unique, and that's what makes life spicy, right? I feel like even though at times, and right now is not one of them, my tolerance is pretty low right now compared to where it was 2 months ago, right? Or whatever. But if somebody finds this too spicy and asks the establishment for return on goods, that there's nothing wrong with it, it's as advertised, I have a hard time with that. If your spice tolerance, and again, I don't want to be rude here and I don't want to be negative in this aspect, but if your spice tolerance is that low where you find this too spicy that you just can't fucking eat it, you can't give it to your husband or your wife or your in-laws or or your teenage or adult sibling, kid or whatever, and you have to go back to the establishment and request a refund. Again, I'm just going off of, he said that if this is just released 2-3 days ago and people are already, unless El Pollo Loco has been indoctrinated by corporate or whatever to just say that right away, I don't know. But that's the first one of those that I've got from any fast food like establishment in regards to a spicy national food release like this ever. My point is I don't think you should order this if your spice tolerance is just that low. I'm picking up really no spice here. Like, there's nothing going on right now. I know I took a sip of my beer, but it started out like I felt like I was going to get something on that second bite, and then nothing. It's more mango-y than it is habanero-y. I couldn't tell you that's made with habanero. I don't get any habanero flavor. I don't really get any pepper flavor. I applaud them for trying. I don't want to eat too many pieces just solo because I do want to make some tacos and actually have a meal tonight. But what I will do is scoop some of this sauce. As you can see, just it's almost like it hints towards like it's gonna have a spice to it, but then there's just nothing there. It's like syrupy consistence, maybe a little bit more run down than a real syrup is, but it's kind of syrupy. Um, it does have a sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. So for somebody like me, it's still enjoyable because it's not too sweet. If this was sweeter than it is now, with almost no detectable spice to it, I really wouldn't like it. But due to the fact that it doesn't have that much sweetness to it, it's still enjoyable and something that I kind of like. Um, yeah, let's take one more bite of, I guess this is a thigh. And there's the chicken. You know, it's coated nicely. It's not like they skimped on this. I mean, this is just, it's on there. So it's not like they really skimped on the sauce and I'm not getting enough sauce. It's just, I mean, as you can see, it's a lot of sauce on there, which I applaud them for. And I've said a few times here in this review that almost no spice detected, because I say almost because there is something up front to it. And maybe that's why people just aren't giving it a chance enough, because it kind of does have a little bit of something there, but it doesn't linger, it doesn't burn, it doesn't build. There's this, it's kind of odd, you know. It's, some of you guys that have been with me for a long time maybe will understand, just based on how I review things, what I'm talking about. But yeah, overall, like I said, I applaud them. The chicken's cooked well. It's tender. It's juicy. The sauce is okay. I'm getting now just a little bit of a linger. Let me go ahead. This, you know, my reviews are always long anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just stay with that. Let's get a flour tortilla. Let's get, let's try a taco situation with this and see if it does anything different. I don't know. It's messy, so it's kind of hard to do a video, in my opinion. I don't, you know, it feels like I'm just making a huge mess. Okay, there's some chicken on the tortilla there. Let's see, we got some rice. I'm having trouble getting that off. Okay. Wow. Some of their rice. Let's put some of that on this little taco set. Rice smells really good. What else did we get? So it came with 2 sides, right? And I think the prices, this is really good for 15 bucks. And again, it would have been a little bit cheaper if you just got, you know, the meal and whatever and didn't add the extra tortillas, because the extra tortilla is like $1 something. Let's put some of these beans on here. I remember liking their pinto beans. Yeah, those are good. Okay. And then we got some sides. I got salsa roja. I want the fresca for this. This is just super oily and watery. I don't know if that spilled. It might have. I'm making a mess. So it's kind of their, it's a watered down like pico de gallo. I think it's called their salsa fresca. But I needed some of that because I knew I was going to make some of these kind of taco situations. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it a shot as a little taco. Looks phenomenal. The overall meal is right here. It's much better this way, but by making it this way, I can really pick up the texture of the rice, the flavor of the pinto beans, and the flavor of this salsa fresca, their watery pico de gallo, really shine. I can feel that there's chicken in there, and I put a decent amount. You know, I want to make a few of these tacos, so I didn't put an over amount. But I put a good amount in there, and I'm getting no flavor that I got by eating that wing just by itself. So by eating it the way that I just made this taco, I'm getting all flavor from the rice, the beans, and the salsa fresca. Now this is their fiery salsa roja. Let's go ahead and dump some of that on there and see if this changes anything. Yeah, see, that smells hotter than the shit on the chicken already. Putting a good little helping of that on here. Let's see what we're working with that. I'm making a mess. I'm going to have to clean up. Ooh. Yeah, get out of here. All right, let's try it with that other salsa on there. Here's the deal. This is hotter to me than what's on the chicken. So I don't get it. But again, like I said earlier in this review, everybody's palate's a little different. But again, even this I don't find to be overly spicy, you know. But that salsa roja, I can feel it a little on the tongue. Now somebody might say, and could be, maybe it's the combination thereof, because there is some of that chicken on that taco. Could be. But overall, what I just ate there, making the taco situation, phenomenal. Absolutely delicious. I would eat that every day if I wanted, if I could. I'm a big Hispanic food situation type of thing. This isn't overly Hispanic, but Pollo Loco has some Hispanic tendencies to it, in my opinion. And I think by making it this way with the tortillas and the beans and the rice, I've been known in my street tacos to put rice and refried beans in there. I like it that way. So this is really up my alley. So for $15, the amount of food that I'm looking at here and what I've got left to eat, 2 full pieces of chicken, or no, 1 full piece of chicken. Oh, well, yeah, almost 2.5. Some more tortillas. These small cups from El Pollo Loco, they're decent size. There's enough in there for me to get 3-4 tacos like I just made here. So I'm happy with that. I'd recommend it, you know, if you like El Pollo Loco, But if you want spicy, I would get the that salsa with it, you know. So there you have it. I don't find that mango habanero to really be all that flavorful. It's okay. It's got some flavor. It's got some sweetness to it. Um, it's got just the very minuscule amount of spice to it. Again, I can see where somebody might think that that's spicy. I can't see where somebody ruins their day over it or requests a refund because it's not that spicy. It just really isn't. And again, sometimes I feel bad saying that, but I feel like even when my tolerance is good, and right now it's good. It's not great, it's not whatever, that I'm still really sometimes a pretty good judge of even when my tolerance is really high, because it never really gets that high. Like I'm not, you know, it doesn't ever get super crazy. Like I fucking burn and I still can pick up minuscule amounts of spice, burn, heat, all of those things. And I'm just struggling to get it with this. So I guess I'll leave you guys on that. Thank you for watching. That's been El Pollo Loco's new mango habanero chicken. Be safe.